We were 2-2 heading into Mountain West football conference play, and we ripped off many games to get to this point. We are here at Allegiant Stadium for the Mountain West Conference Championship against UNLV. We already beat them once. They gave us the closest game in Mountain West play, as Briggs is going to get a game to start off this game, as it's going to be 2nd and 8. Moses can't hang on. It's going to be 3rd and 8 at our own 18. It's going to get sacked, as now UNLV is up. They're going to get the handoff. Really gets one there. Jaden Thompson. It was a shootout when we played in Logan, Utah. Let's see. Gain of nothing there. Back-to-back stops from this defense. Let's see if we can actually get a 3-and-out. Nope. And they're going to score. Of course they are. Look at that. They're playing with an edge. We beat them. They want to play spoiler for us for the college football playoff. As look at that. The freshman tight end, gain of 29. From Nevada. So this is kind of his homecoming. Big game there. That's what we needed. As Briggs, he's going to pick up the first and then some. Maybe that pass kick starts our offense a little bit. As Briggs, beautiful run. Now Cottle's in the game. At the 37, Cottle picks up almost the first. But now Briggs back in the game. Briggs, he is going to pick up the first and then some. 22 yards on 4 carries so far for Briggs. It's going to be play action. Dotson, he's going to throw it to Beekman. The diving catch for a gain of 21 yards. Empty set backfield. Dotson. He's just going to run stiff arms down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Dotson to Beekman. Touchdown, Aggies. The Aggies respond. What will the Rebels do now? As they're going to get a handoff to Thomas. Thomas is going to pick up the first. This is the top 2 in terms of numbers wise. Top 2 offenses in the conference. As Thomas, he's going to break off a huge run. Larson misses. Dickerson's going to bring him down to the 36. As that has always been our biggest weakness in this series so far, is just the running. Oh, I like that pitch. That was awesome. Got out of a sack and just pitched it. To make it 2nd and 1. And Harris almost gets burned. Pickup of 20. As Fernandez, the sophomore, really showing his skill. Alford with the sack. The junior linebacker out of Utah with the huge sack, making it 2nd and goal to go. Larson stops him at the 12. Gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd and goal. We need this stop badly. As Fernandez, JD Drew broke it up. All right, so they got 10. They got 3. So it's 10-7 Rebels, as it's gain of 3 from Briggs. 5 carries for 25 yards so far for the senior back. He's already eclipsed 1,000 yards. And look at Briggs trying to bounce outside. Beekman with a great block. Down to the 35-yard line. As it's going to be play action. Dotson, he's just going to take off. He's going to try to slide, but picks up the first. Gain of 14 there, as it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. It's Tagovailoa who's going to pick up 4, as it's going to be 2nd and 6 now. To Beekman. Beekman with his speed going down the sideline, down to the 21-yard line. As this quarter is slowly winding down here. Briggs, he's going to pick up a good chunk of change, 5 yards. Can they get one more play off before the end of the quarter? Cottle, huge goal down to the 9, as that's the end of the first quarter. Second quarter here, 1st and goal at the 9. Briggs tries to cut, only gets 2 there. As it is going to be 2nd and goal at the 7. Dotson, he's just going to dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies, to take the 4-point lead. We saw Hestra, but didn't want to take the chance. So instead, he takes off and he gets it, as it's going to be 2nd and 6 now for the Rebel offense. Oh, great fake as well. Make it 32. 6 carries, 49 yards so far for Thomas. As almost Hopkins got in there, but Derek Shelton, or Dre Shelton Jr., got there to force the 3 and out. I kind of wish, and I get this is a home game, but I kind of wish it was mixed, because it just looks like all Utah State. But then I also forget, UNLV plays here, so that's why they have all the stuff. But either way, Briggs starting off, gain of 8 to make it 2nd and 2 at their own 34-yard line. Briggs, he's going to pick up the first. He's already got 10 carries already, making it 1st and 10. Beekman was the intended receiver. No gain there, as it's going to be 2nd and 10. Play action to Carlos, the tight end. Juke move down to the 35. That's his bread and butter play right there. As it's going to be 1st and 10. Dotson's just going to take off. Gets 5 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown for Dotson. Briggs tries to cut, breaks off a tackle, down to the 20. Already got 64 yards on the ground. Dotson, he's dealing. Intended for Cottle, making it 2nd and 10. UNLV already has 5 QB pressures. To Cottle, what beautiful blocking. Making it 1st and goal at the 8. Gain of 12. Shout out Briggs as well for blocking. 1st and goal at the 8. Dotson to Ben Thomas, touchdown, Aggies. 1st and 10, as it's an 11-point lead. Bunch of guys tackling gain of 4 for Barfield, the junior back out of Nevada. Gonna make it 2nd and 6, as we're slowly winding down here, as they try to get the pass. I don't know what type of play, but Dre Shelton Jr. looked like it was going to be a reverse play. But either way, the Aggies sniff it out. It's going to be 3rd and 11, as it's going to be a 3 and out again, as it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 26. 21-10. Briggs is trying to bounce it outside. Gets about 6 there. 12 carries for 70 yards for Mr. Briggs Jr. as Cottle's going to be in. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to cut back. Picks up the first and a little bit more. Got 3 carries for 19 yards. As Dotson is going to give the handoff to Briggs. Briggs tries to cut. Gets only 3 there. 13 carries, 73 yards on the ground for Briggs Jr. That's 2-minute warning. Dotson Empty set backfield to Javante Moses. Moses, he's going to pick up the first and then some. First catch of the day for the freshman. Gain of 17 for the freshman out of Utah. Oh, not a great throw, but we'll take it. I also thought Tagovailoa was going to go up more, but hey, we'll take it. Making it 2nd and 3. Moses is going to pick up the first, breaks off a tackle down to the 24. 11 of 14, 168 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown for Braylon Dotson. Dotson's going to throw it to Hofstra. Picks up the first. So now it's going to be 1st and 10. This Dotson looks like he called an audible. He's going to hand it off to Cottle. Cottle, pick up a throw. So now it's going to be 2nd and 6. Tagovailoa touchdown, Aggies. So now it's 28 to 10. As we are winding down this first half, it's been all Aggies. Dre Shelton's going to push him out of bounds. As to me, they're probably going to because out of the half, but I would be throwing a lot more as it's a fumble picked up by UNLV. I was going to say Utah. That was a huge play, making it 3rd and 13. Oh, weird deflection, but I say something bad about the rushing attack. We've only allowed 17 yards of rushing so far, as it's going to be 2nd and 9. Not the best, but not great either. It's Dotson. He's going to throw to Tagovailoa. Crazy throw, but we'll take it. I don't know who gets the ball at half. I believe they do. But it's going to be 3rd and 2. We might as well throw one up to our boy, Javante Moses. Down 10-5. Touchdown, Aggies. What a way to end the first half. We start the second half. Complete blowout, 35 to 10. For a second, UNLV had the Aggies number, but it just seems like Utah State's kind of showing why they're the 11th best team in the country. As it's going to be a 2nd and 8. Handoff. Nothing there. This last game, he had over 100 yards receiving. This time, he's struggling. It's going to be a halfback screen. Flowers there. They couldn't tackle him in time. Some people think Utah State's record is a little bit fraudulent because of the Mountain West not being so great. It's going to be a loss of 4. Kai Hughes, the sophomore, D tackle. Still, listen, we play who we play. We kick butt, sweat, and Kai Hughes again. Look at that. It's going to be 3rd and 15 now. Another halfback screen. Hopkins, a bunch of Aggies there to force 3 and out. You'll probably not see Briggs out here much longer. A lot of the other guys, as look at Briggs, he's going to cruise down to the 48-yard line. We got to save him for the playoffs. So to me, Cottle's going to get a lot of carries. Tagovailoa, no. Almost. It's going to be 2nd and 10. I don't hate that shot. Briggs, he's going to cut. Picks up 5. He's got 100 yards on the ground already. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Briggs out in motion. Dotson, he's just going to pick up the first and slides. His legs, man, he just makes this offense move. When everyone was stuck, as he's going to get to Moses. Moses, he's going to bounce outside, gets the first and then some. Got 4 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Dotson. He's going to throw it up to Hestra. No. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. He's going after the big plays. Ben Thomas with the snag. Look at that. Second catch of the game for Ben Thomas. His first one was a touchdown. Briggs. He's going to bounce it outside. 10-5. Touchdown Aggies. Start back on offense after a J.D. Drew interception. Almost. This is probably going to be the last offensive possession for the starters on both sides of the ball, really. Dotson to Moses. Moses almost picks it up. Dotson rolling out. Moses, touchdown, Aggies. Now, I'm not going to show a lot of this game, but again, I just want to see Jalen Lamar as it's a handoff of one. Again, I just want to see what he can do. He is also a freshman as well. So it's kind of like, let's see what you can do. As Lamar, he's going to keep it. Oh, look at the speed. Picks up the first. It's going to be 1st and 10. Play action. Oh. I don't know. He throws kind of wonky to me, but again, I'm not used to his throwing as he gets sacked. Probably waited a little bit too long there. This is going to be 3rd and 14. Yeah. Absolutely threw a duck. It's alright. We'll see what he's got. 3rd and 4. Ooh, a dot to Davis? Okay. You get another interception, I know. To Carlos. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. As we beat the brakes off of UNLV 63-10 to win the Mountain West Conference. 313 yards passing, 6 touchdowns for Braylon Dotson, as more than likely we just punched our ticket to the college football playoffs. Checking out the stats today. Again, 313 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jalen Lamar had 56 yards, touchdown and a pick, and Cottle had a jet sweep pass, so he got a touchdown as well. Rushing, Briggs had 1 touchdown as well, 146. Cottle had 38. Dotson had 47 and 1. Receiving, Moses had 2 touchdowns, 132. Carlos had 71. Little had 24. Beekman had 52. Thomas had 20. Cottle, and then Davis in the garbage time got 1. And then also Briggs also got 1. Sacks, only 2 sacks given up. I'll take that. Defensively, 7 tackles, couple TFLs, 2 sacks for Jacoby Duncan in garbage time, and then a pick from Chase Davis, Aaron Flowers, and J.D. Drew. And then forced fumbles, Mingo, but no fumbles, and then no defensive touchdowns as well. So before we move on, Braylon Dotson, as a freshman, has already broken 2 season records, with most passing yards in a season with 3,900 yards, and then 41 passing touchdowns as well. And we get Joel Funk from Florida, 3-star. You love to see it. Your Heisman Trophy winner was a senior wide receiver from Clemson. Wow. Almost had 1,000 yards and 19 touchdowns. I don't know how I feel about that. If he had 1,000 yards, yeah, but still. And we have been invited to play in the college football playoffs against Kansas State. Take a look at some staff moves. Yeah, no surprise, but Dillard, Powers, they're both fired. Graham, Howell, Brian Campbell, Keith Ramsey, Joel Fitzpatrick, a couple of other guys, Bruce McFarland, Nick Cloud, George King, Brian Harris, Doug Greenwood, James Toomer from Auburn, which is a big one, and then Mike Porter from Nebraska, and Jesse Freeman after 1 year at Fresno State fired. And then obviously some of the other guys got fired as well. Oh, interesting. We had 2 coordinators go to the NFL. Interesting. I figured out we're not leaving Utah. I just want to preface that we're not leaving Utah State. But figured I would show the offers. So we have been offered to go to Florida as Florida's OC Phoenix Rivero went to the NFL, got an NFL job. And we're the top candidate, but we're not going. Maryland, their coach got fired. We're not even in the top 3. Don't know why I would go there. NC State lost their coordinator to the NFL as well. And then Syracuse, as their defensive coordinator, left for the NFL as well. So it would be interesting because Marcus Brooks is a New York guy. He was a coach at Syracuse, but like assistant offensive coordinator. So it would be very interesting to see him on the defensive side back home, but we're not going to, obviously. So my guess is, which probably not because of conference championship and whatnot, but I would not be surprised if we lose George Sparks and Kerry Clementine to coaching. Definitely George, because George helped this offense go, and if it wasn't for him in that offense, I don't know. But I feel like because of his prestige, he's probably going to get a job as well. But they might not. But who knows? That's an interesting storyline heading into this offseason as well. Quickly to wrap up kind of this episode, we're going to show National Signing Day or early National Signing Day. So right now we have Javon Tompkins. Obviously we got the 4-star. We got a couple of 3-stars as well. We got a elusive back. We got a receiving back. We got just a backup quarterback. We're probably not going to get him. We lose Troy. That kind of sucks. I liked him. It's okay. We got another corner. Then we're in the favors for Russ Favors, and then Terrell Timms. DJ Chin is not going to rock with us, but we do get Joel Funk, who Florida guy, by the way, is 69 man coverage, 61 zone, 95 speed, and he's a big 6'2 corner. Obviously, we have some other corners that we're working with, and then Tim Ben not rocking with us either. We'll show the bracket and awards and whatnot. So, Clemson, number 1. Georgia, number 2. Tulane, number 3. Illinois, number 4. And then Penn State, Texas, Virginia Tech, Bama. We're facing Kansas State, and then Liberty is going to Oregon. Award winners, Cade Klubnik took it away. Braylon Dotson finished 7th, which is kind of crazy. Head coach of the year, I really don't agree. I mean, I kind of agree, but not really. But Marcus Brooks finishes 4th. Best quarterback, Braylon Dotson finishes 6th. Josh Hopkins finishes 3rd for best defensive player in the entire country as a redshirt freshman. Defensive back, Ike Larson finished 4th. And then we had Simeon Harris finishing 12th. Best running backs, Briggs was right behind Makai Hughes. We did not have a top wide receiver, which is okay. We did not have Lombardi. For some reason, Dotson wasn't up for Unitas. Defensive end, Marlon Dean finished 8th. No interior linemen, no tight ends. And then our coordinators finished 6th and 8th overall. Best linebacker, Josh Hopkins. No center, definitely not kicker, punter, or returner as well. We'll quickly look over All-Americans, and if you don't want to do this, I will show them next episode as well. But Robert Briggs, first team All-American, followed by no one else on first team. Second team, No one as well. All right, so just Robert Briggs. But then freshmen, we got Braylon Dotson, we got Javante Hughes, and the fact that Hopkins was snubbed was insane. Mountain West, Braylon Dotson, Robert Briggs, Javante Moses, Quantavious Beekman, Teague Anderson, Avante Dickerson, and Ike Clarkson. Second team, Marlon Dean, Kai Hughes, Joshua Hopkins, and J.D. Drew. And freshmen, Dotson, Moses, Thomas, Carlos, Spruce, Angel Daly, who barely got any playing time and he's hurt for some reason, and then Joshua Hopkins as well. Next episode, we will be going to Manhattan, Kansas to take on the 9-3 Kansas State Wildcats. I'm excited for this playoff game. I hope you've enjoyed this season as much as I have. Until next time, you guys have a good one. Peace.